Okay, hello everyone and welcome to join us today. We are here to talk about how Finnish happiness could link with design. My name is Johanna Vuorio. I come from a company called Nikari. And let the next one begin.
I'm Seppo Koho from Secto Design.
Hello, Seppo.
Hello.
My name is...
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Petro Lahtinen. I am the CEO and founder of Woodio. Woodio is a Finnish design company making bathroom appliances from wood.
And my name is Timo Mikkonen, and I am one of the founder of Poiat Design Studio, and we are designing spaces and furniture.
Great. So we have this quite an interesting topic. Seppo, what do you think? How do you see Finnish happiness and design linked together?
I guess they link by the way that most Finns are so used for having design around. So it's a part, it's with us in everyday life kind of all the time, with the scissors and the tablewares and fabrics and all over things, which I think is more happening here than maybe in other Central European countries or so. So maybe this is the normal thing to have a design with the normal life, which is happy life in a way. So I don't know, it's a far-fetched, but try to catch something of that. But I guess we just try to do the best kind of what we are doing, and by doing that it turns out to be happy life in a way that who wants to design bad things or think of unhappy things while designing. I don't know. Maybe some might do, but I probably won't be able to do that.
When I was thinking about this topic and issue, I would like to go back to the history a bit, and I think one of the reasons that why we have a good design, happy life here in Finland, I think it's because of the democracy in Finland, and because of the education we have equality. For example, in these small design or even bigger Finnish companies, they have nowadays like women run by women design companies, and I think that is also the prime minister also is woman, and I think it shows quite a lot about the Finnish democracy and the equality at this moment, and I think it's the great thing, and I would like to see more and more women involved decision making because of the empathy what women have, and I'm really happy that we have a so nice design company like Secto Design and Nikari, and also actually our design studio is run by my wife Jenny.
Nice talk. Great.
I'm the great minority in Secto because I'm a male.
Yes.
The only around it there.
But I also think that the Finnish happiness has a lot to do with the equality we have in our society, that everyone has more or less the same opportunity and same conception of the living and everyday life, and there are no income caps which could be even close to what's in other countries in the world. And since everyone has more or less basic things and basic needs fulfilled, then you have time to focus on design things. And also Finnish mentality, everyone has heard this phrase that the Finns are the most trustworthy people on earth. And I think that conveys to manufacturing and making things as well. You don't want to do something which is very cheap and single-use products that don't fulfill the needs of the user. That automatically leads to good design, and you want to make like perfect products. Obviously, the downside is that the Finnish design is a bit expensive sometimes, but anyway, I see that that's where it comes from.
And I also would say that this kind of skills what we have taught in school when we are children, and it's the crafting skills. I would say that it has effect of happiness, but also to our Finnish design. Yes, I was talking about the crafting skills and how important that they have been, like for Finnish people, and I think for the whole industry. We have used to do the things by ourselves, and our left foot has been in the forest, and a right foot has been going to moving to the city, and we have been living in both in woods and in the city, and I think that tells a story about also the nature relationship what we have, which is really strong. And it shows also that because we have so many summer cottages here in Finland, that we want to be in the nature, we want to do the things by our hand, and it's easy to transform the natural materials, for example, to the everyday objects. And because also that we don't have had after the war the things so much, I think that way what we have produced here in Finland, it has always has this kind of a meaning. And of course nowadays it is changing, but because of so many things is around us. But like we have always designed the things for need, and the material and the design itself has been very important for us.
That's true. That's true. And somehow I'd say design also makes you look at the details, and somehow stopping and focusing on smaller things, and having some kind of a like time for yourself in the woods, in the forests, or next to the lake. I guess we have the most lakes in the world per person or per country. So nature is for everyone a place to relax and let the heartbeat go slower. And somehow I'd say that the essence of Finnish design, if you look at a good Finnish design, it somehow makes your heart rate lower, and is somehow tells something about the nature around you, and in that way is connected with the Finnish happiness.
Yes.
Yeah. How is it like, Petro? What is happiness to you? What things make you happy?
Yeah, I was just about to comment on the previous one that I'm really a city person, and I don't own a cabin, and I don't go to nature too often, to be honest. But nowadays there is a like Finnish city culture as well. It represents more or less the same values, I would say.
Yeah.
Did you ask what's happiness for me?
Yes.
Yeah. That was the only question which kind of left me speechless because I had the questions beforehand, but I don't have a clear answer, to be honest. At the moment, I think the most happiness I get from my work and from basically my life situation, that I can do what I want. I have a dream job and really motivating. But basically, all the challenges and all the work I do is also my hobbies, and I can combine kind of working life and free time, and that's probably the biggest source of happiness. And also, obviously, when you succeed and you get things done, that brings great joy to me. But it's a little bit surprising answer, but work brings most happiness to me, and I was even a little bit surprised myself when I gave myself this thought experiment.
I guess it's the same kind of this work habits what we have, that it's we all do kind of dream work, or this field of the work is we have a lot of freedom in a way, and we have a lot of we can choose the time when we work.
That's really
most of us. That's and then we can divide the day as we want, and at least for me that is really important, that I can do the work basically where I want and when I want. And no, I do my work usually alone, so it's a kind of no there's no any difficulties for me being alone. And that's actually one thing for me also makes me happy, that I'm totally happy to be alone and working alone, and so I don't need a big group or people around me, so that and maybe I was also in the student times, I was always trying to avoid group work, but and tried to do everything kind of own assignments and so on. And that's but I feel happy about it. So it's and I get things done that way. That's also the things that for importance is that sometimes there has to be the rule for deadline, and without the deadline there's no happy end. So it's at least for me. So
sounds like the past few months have been the happiest time of your life. Guaranteed that.
This nowadays situation haven't much kind of affected my life muchly. Yeah. Kind of that I've been either been here or at my renovating my house. So that's the kind of lonely places to be. But, so it's but this kind of at least I've been trying to build up a system for myself that where I can really much control what to do and when to do and how to do, and found that I'm really in my comfort zone there. So that's the kind of in a way it was also kind of odd to think that what happiness means to me, because I guess I'm happy person in the way that I don't feel so kind of depressing moments or such things, that I can work when I want to and not work when I want to, and that's the kind of the balance is kind of on its place.
So the conclusion in a way would be that freedom is happiness, in a way that we are free. We can say that we are quite free to choose and live the life we wish to live, and that brings a lot of happiness.
Yeah, I had the one note here, and it is the freedom of expressing myself, and this is what happiness means to me as a designer, and it is really important. How about Johanna? What is the in your profession the happy moments?
Well, for me, it's I don't know why, but for me, I have started lately to think that I guess it is some kind of a seize the moment eureka that I have got. But for me, I have just started to realize that if this second is I feel happy, and the next one I feel happy, I should be really enjoying it. So that's my big new secret or understanding, that life consists of very small things, and they can be related to your work or your family life, or just a nice dream or a beautiful hike in the forests or in the city center. Well, but it's important to realize it in the moment. That's, I think, very important, that you realize it in the moment and you feel happy and you cherish the feeling.
Yeah.
That gives you so much energy. If one day you don't feel happy, then you have gathered all this energy of happiness. But I'd say Finland is the third. This is the third year of being the happiest country in the world, and I know that a lot of Finns accept that much better if we say it, call it to be that we are the least unhappy country in the world, because that is much more logical to or easier to understand, accept. But for me, it's little moments. Just focus on the small little moments and some small beautiful things, abstract or concrete things, and that makes me happy.
Sounds really good.
Like when you get to this old age, and then then you learn these things. Yeah.
We are not old.
Yeah, no. But what about inspiration? Do you have certain things where you draw your inspiration from? Can it be anything?
Maybe Petro, do you have some kind of
Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of this question. I'm not sure if it's clear to everybody listening that I'm not a designer per se. I don't draw products or designs myself. I'm more like an entrepreneur and kind of driver, and the spirit in our company are taking this forward. So, but maybe I feel that I have some kind of built-in inspiration and drive. I want to get things done, and I really enjoy when I see something done, basically. And that's the driver, and I don't even know where it comes from, but it's kind of an entrepreneurial mind that I have this feeling that I just need to do things, and I really enjoy doing things. So I would say that the inspiration in my work is coming from inside somehow. It's in my nature and in my profile, so to say.
Yeah, I can definitely understand you, because I'm an entrepreneur as well, and I have many times back in the school, people liked very much doing the design, but if in art school especially, but if somebody talk about being an entrepreneur or trying to sell things, they didn't. Everybody hated it, but more and more when you educate yourself as an entrepreneur, and you understand that the DNA of being entrepreneur, I think at the same way it's this kind of a creative work, what I also enjoy. And I see myself and my inspiration comes from the developing things. And even that is a product or the business, I really enjoy it. And it's the making things better. It's always the driving force, and it keeps you going really, really much. And I love the problem solving very much so, and I can be really, really like happy like many weeks if I get this kind of in my own point of view, like a good idea that that I have like this kind of feeling that this is the thing that I want to develop, and that is the I think the best feeling as a designer, like that you have this kind of ground basics that you can start working with, even that you don't know the end result, or you don't know what it's going to be, but you have had the feeling that this is good thing that, and I want to go forward with that. That is my inspiration, I would say.
This is really interesting because I don't know if you know, but I have a PhD in chemistry, and I used to be a researcher at the university in a chemistry lab. And now that I listen to you, I actually noticed that there's a lot of similarities when you are developing new molecules or new chemistry. You get the ideas when you sleep, and in the middle of night you need to write down new ideas, and then you go to the lab and try them out. And actually, now that I think of it, it's really similar to the designer's work, I would imagine.
In the end, I think it's if you like to do the development, I think it's always the same. You try to solve things, and when you have this kind of lots of questions in your head, and then you feel like you are living the life, and you try to solve the things. And it is really interesting.
Yes, definitely. What about Seppo?
Yeah, I was just thinking that this development of ideas it's like walking on stairs, kind of walking on them up. There is this different stages of this going up, and then the movement forward, and this kind of but in a real life they don't look like normal stairs. That they are this kind of going forward is the work period when you kind of produce or kind of go on and develop the idea, and then you get the idea. That's the step up, but it could be like a millimeter high, and then this working kind of forward part. This could be like a kilometer, but these little steps up, they are always this kind of wonderful moments, and sometimes you don't realize that you have stepped up, kind of that you realize them afterwards. Then you realize that then you can see that, okay, was it this high step or this high or just a minor thing. But sometimes I remember that there has been sometimes cases that I've been really happy for knowing that, okay, that I hopefully kind of come up with some good idea that might lead to something. But then there's that days or weeks or months or years long
Yeah.
for kind of working part for make the idea working. So that's but ideas come so quickly. They might be just coming in any moment in any place. But lately it's been that they come with the work, in a way that need to have the deadline. Some say that how about this and do it by tomorrow, then it starts happening. So that's the but the good companies, they should have also the persons who are the deadline creators. And then are those who then do the things for the deadline, kind of that it's and because otherwise life takes you somewhere else, that there is a family to take care of, or hobbies to go on, or just to sleep or something, but the deadline comes, and then we just have to do it ready. So then, and it's a funny that this sometimes we could keep on going and going and thinking the idea forever and ever.
Yeah,
there wouldn't be a deadline, but deadline brings that you need to stop it somewhere, and then then kind of and then also it's nice this kind of for these working ideas, that when you have the first idea and then you start working on it, then it looks like this, like a circle, that where you keep on working on and it might also take for how long, and then you come to the end of the circle and you notice that the first idea is still the best.
yes,
That it's all these kind of that's kind of like also can be seen in a car design, that usually the first car, when they bring it out, is the best, and then they do some later additions on it, and it doesn't look anymore so good or something. But it's like that. So that's we need to be happy. We need other people pushing us forward, kind of, and giving us limits and some pain for these things. And stress is actually good, because it also brings you doing the works, kind of. So you know,
So
but then it's nice to then have the stressless and moments, kind of, that the holiday seasons and so on. So that's which actually in Finland is good, that we have the holiday seasons when we have the best weather. Kind of that then we don't need to have a holiday at winter time too much, or at the really too hot weather or something. But the Finnish summer is really nice and comfortable.
yes.
That's a happiness too.
yeah, good balance with the work and deadlines, and feeling happy about the achieving something new or innovating something, and then feeling like you've done a lot, and then you feel like you can really enjoy your holiday as well. It's the balance.
And every now and then, a lot of coffee. That's the coffee breaks. That's a wonderful decision. Just this invention in the Finnish companies, this kind of coffee break every 2 hours or so.
Yes. But great. Thank you, everyone. I think our time is up. So thank you on my behalf. It was really nice to hear your thoughts during this special time. I have to say that this is a serious time, of course, for everyone, and the pandemic is not over. I guess as everyone commented, we feel quite lucky, and we have been quite lucky in Finland so far. Hopefully the situation continues the same way. We wish everyone to stay safe and enjoy the small moments.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.